If you ever search for something online, and then, as if by magic, ads for that exact thing start popping up everywhere you go, it feels almost uncanny, like the internet is reading your mind. But there's actually a fascinating explanation behind this phenomenon. Today, we're diving into how ads seem to follow you around the web and what's really happening behind the scenes every time you browse. Start with the basics. This process is known as cross-site tracking. Every time you use the internet, this invisible system is at work. Cross-site tracking is a method that allows advertisers and websites to follow your activity as you move from one site to another. It's not just about what you do on a single website, it's about building a bigger picture of your habits and interests across the entire web. When you visit a website, it often saves a tiny file on your device called a cookie. Think of cookies as little memory aids for websites. They help the site remember what you searched for, what you clicked on, and sometimes even your login details. Cookies are a standard part of how the internet works, making your browsing experience smoother and more personalized. Here, where things get interesting, the data stored in cookies isn't always used by just the website you're visiting. Many sites allow third-party advertisers to access these cookies. That means your browsing data can be shared across multiple websites, not just the one you started on. This is how advertisers can keep track of your interests as you move around the web. Third-party cookies are the real engine behind cross-site tracking. Unlike regular cookies, which are set by the website you're visiting, third-party cookies come from advertisers and analytics companies. They're embedded in many websites, allowing these companies to follow your activity from site to site, building a detailed profile of your online behavior. So, when you move from one website to another, your data doesn't just stay put. Thanks to third-party cookies, your browsing history, searches, and clicks can follow you across the internet. This is why you might see ads for a product you looked at on one site, even when you're visiting a completely different website later on. But cookies aren't the only tools used to track you. Many websites use invisible trackers like tracking pixels. These are tiny, hidden images or pieces of code that monitor what you click, what you watch, and even how long you stay on a page. You might never see them, but they're quietly collecting information in the background. These invisible trackers gather a lot of information. They can see what you click on, what videos you watch, and how long you spend on each page. All of this data is valuable to advertisers who use it to better understand your interests and habits. The more they know, the more accurately they can target you with ads. All the data collected from cookies and trackers is combined to create a detailed profile about you. This profile includes your interests, browsing habits, and even your likely age or location. Advertisers use this profile to decide which ads to show you, making their campaigns more effective and relevant. So, when you see ads that seem perfectly tailored to your interests, it's not a coincidence. It's the result of all that data being collected and analyzed. Advertisers use your profile to target you with ads that are more likely to catch your attention, increasing the chances that you'll click or buy. The ads you see aren't random at all. They're carefully chosen based on your online activity. Every search, click, and page view adds another piece to your digital puzzle, helping advertisers serve you ads that feel almost too relevant. Now, you might be wondering if all this tracking is dangerous. The truth is, it's not always harmful. Most of the time, it's used to show you more relevant ads or improve your browsing experience. However, it does mean that your online activity is constantly being watched and recorded. Even if tracking isn't always dangerous, it does raise important privacy concerns. Some people are uncomfortable with the idea of their every move online being monitored. It's important to be aware of how your data is used and take steps to protect your privacy if you choose. So, what can you do to protect yourself from unwanted tracking? There are several simple steps you can take. First, don't accept all cookies blindly when prompted by websites. Take a moment to review what you're agreeing to before clicking accept. Another good habit is to clear your cookies regularly. This removes stored data about your browsing history and helps limit how much information advertisers can collect about you over time. Most browsers make it easy to clear cookies in the settings menu. Take advantage of privacy settings in your browser and on websites. Many browsers now offer options to block third-party cookies or limit tracking. Adjust these settings to suit your comfort level and keep your data more secure. Be cautious about visiting suspicious or unfamiliar websites. These sites may use more aggressive tracking methods or even attempt to collect your data for malicious purposes. Stick to reputable sites whenever possible to reduce your risk. So, the next time you notice ads following you everywhere online, remember, it's not magic. It's the result of sophisticated tracking technologies working behind the scenes. Understanding how this works can help you make smarter choices about your online privacy. You have the power to take control of your online experience. By being aware of how tracking works and using the tools available to you, you can limit how much of your data is collected and used for advertising. Small steps can make a big difference in protecting your privacy. Staying informed is one of the best ways to protect yourself online. Technology is always changing and new tracking methods are constantly being developed. Keep learning about privacy tools and best practices to stay one step ahead. If you found this explanation helpful and want to learn more about how technology works in simple terms, make sure to subscribe. We'll keep bringing you easy to understand guides on the tech topics that matter most.